Welcome to NBA 411. I'm Michelle Steele. With the end of the regular season in sight, it's time to consider candidates for Coach of the Year. First awarded in 1963 to Harry Gallatin of the St. Louis Hawks, this year's winner will be the 50th recipient. And the man who won the Red Auerbach Trophy last year, Tom Thibodeau, could make a good argument for bringing it home again this year as he leads a Chicago squad that's all but locked up the #1 seed in the East. With more on his take on Coach of the Year and representing a vote for a Western Conference coach, we bring in True Hoops' Kevin Arnovitz in L.A.
Michelle, know who's leading the San Antonio Spurs in minutes played after Tony Parker and 35-year-old Tim Duncan? Next is rookie Kawhi Leonard, and then castaway Danny Green, and after him is second-rounder DeJuan Blair, who works as a 6'7" center. If you want to go any further, it's Matt Bonner and Gary Neal who are next. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the 2011-2012 San Antonio Spurs. Now, we can go into how Spurs coach Greg Popovich manages these players, how he's a maestro on the whiteboard, how he sets his players into motion to create the league's most efficient offense, but all you really need to do is take one look at the roster, then a glimpse at the standings, where the Spurs have the second best record in the NBA.
When the Spurs lost to the Memphis Grizzlies in last season's first round, even Tony Parker wondered if the team could recapture its championship pedigree this season. Well, as they bear down on another #1 seed, Parker has his answer, and that's why Greg Popovich is my Coach of the Year. Not only has he guided this team through injuries, with Ginobili missing a large chunk of the season early on, he has built one of the most efficient, exciting offenses in the league that is no longer reliant on Tim Duncan, but uses him as part of a guard-centric offense that scores points at a clip the championship teams could only have dreamed of. Right now, the Spurs are playing better than anybody and have a great chance of coming out of the Western Conference. Greg Popovich is my Coach of the Year.
I consider myself fortunate that I wasn't among the media members selected to vote on the NBA Coach of the Year award this season, because frankly, had they given me a ballot, I'd feel a lot like my wife in a shoe store. Too many choices, too little focus, and not enough time to pick just one. You can't go wrong with any of the top choices this year, from Greg Popovich to Scott Brooks to Lionel Hollins out west, and then you look east and see Frank Vogel, Eric Spoelstra, and even Mike Woodson deserves a nod for the way he stabilized that dysfunctional Knicks situation. But to me, one name stands out among the rest as the best, and that's the man who won the award last year. If Tom Thibodeau can prove that he's the NBA's Coach of the Year with a healthy Derrick Rose last season, just think of the job he's had to do without him for the majority of this season. That makes it simple to me. Tom Thibodeau is the NBA's Coach of the Year again. Back to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Mike. An NBA panel of the media from TV, radio, print, and the web will select the 50th Coach of the Year, and will learn the winner sometime during the upcoming playoffs. Now for today's buzzer beater, the Minnesota Timberwolves have finally tasted victory in April, the team posting its first April win in 3 years last Thursday with a 91-80 win over the Detroit Pistons. Now, the last time the T-Wolves won in April was April 8th, 2009 at Golden State. The team can register a second win for the month at their last regular season game this coming Thursday against the Denver Nuggets. Now, as for what to watch for, we have 2 games tipping off Wednesday night. The LA Clippers meet the well-rested New York Knicks at the Garden at 8 p.m. Eastern, followed by the nightcap at 10:30 with the Spurs riding into Phoenix. Both games are on ESPN and ESPN3. And that'll do it for NBA 411. I'm Michelle Steele. Thanks for watching. Enjoy those games.